Welcome out, ladies and gents, to this RGL-7's regular season match between Froyotech and AD Light. We got Cascade here on the map today, and I am out here for my first solo casting excursion. It seems we have had Sigafu having internet issues, so I'll be going for that one. We have Dolphin behind the camera, as always, and normally this is where you'd ask your co-caster how they're doing, but in that case, you guys gonna learn how I'm doing. I'm doing pretty good. Had a nice nap earlier. But either way, getting into this match here, Froyotech definitely the heavy favorites coming in. Uh, AD trying to look to upset them. Cascade is a very unique map, wherein that it hasn't been traditionally played in the past. It's very new, so Froyotech might not have as much experience on it. So look for AD to take advantage of things like the underneath area where you can send people there and flank behind. Run down the rosters real quick. On Froyotech, we have Banny, Zilly, Yosh, Ash, Nursey, Habib, and Garbuglio. On AD Light, we have Pablo, Dur, River, Arts, Ronnie J, Willie, and XBS. So, with the class setups here, I'd expect pretty standard. I don't think either team has an engineer player today. So, we might see one of them off class onto it when holding the point. Also, not sure if there's any dedicated spy players. But things to look out for on this Cascade map here is that mid is very demo-centric. So we're going to look to see, if Hearts of Spain can output enough pressure for his team to really walk forward and get pressure. The sides of the point are very interesting because snipers can walk up there and have a sightline into the back of the map. So, point control on this map really is key, as we do have 14 in server. One team is rated up, so we will be getting started soon. As for, my predictions, I'd say Froyotech is heavy favorites. It's very hard to bet against them at this point. So, yeah, we will look for AD to come out and, just bring their best, hopefully make this a bit competitive. As Yeah, we are waiting for them teams to ready up. They should have the signal to go soon. A bit more to talk about. Banny versus Pablo is likely going to be the scout matchup. We even might see Banny off class to that engineer, and see someone else roll out scout like a Sandblast. Another thing is soldier players, if they can jump into the side caves, at the top. If you never played Cascade before, overlooking the point, there's two caves that are doorways looking down onto the point, and they're very good to get your sniper in there, and your soldier can bomb to the enemy cave and spam down. So that could be very threatening if either soldier knows how to play that properly and gets pressure. Speaking a bit more about the underneath flank, that's very prominent for heavies to use all the time, is just to go underneath, play around that medium ammo pack and just pop up whenever their team is pushing, add some distraction and damage. And it does work out very well if they do go unpunished for too long. So we'll look to see that come out from Ronnie J, possibly. I'm not aware of the exact class setups that Froyotech are going to use with this roster, because they do switch who plays based on week to week. I'd expect, fairly standard, maybe Banny Engineer play. Yosh is likely going to be on Sniper, Habib Demo, standard at that point. Yeah, but as we are waiting to ready up, not much more to say on this, this pre-match talk. This is the second to last week in the regular season for RGL's Prolander. So next week it will be, what was the map? I do forget at this moment, but yeah, next week is the last week of regular season. So, playoffs will be being locked in here. And there's a very interesting race going on at the bottom half of the table for RGL7s, because, there are the top two teams, Froyotech and Cat Noises, who, pretty much guaranteed playoff spots. And then there's kind of a three-way race for the next teams between my team, East Jabib, AD Light, and the BM team. So, we'll have to see who can come out and take those wins and get the last remaining two playoff spots. East Jabib does play the BM team coming up this Sunday. That was supposed to be tonight, but, we had to reschedule, which is why you're seeing Froyo versus AD right now. But yeah, the 4 playoff spots will be locked fairly shortly, within the next week or two, and we will move into playoffs there. The next week's map is CP Steel, actually, so that very interesting map. Especially, I'm interested to see how we play it in Prolander in comparison to Highlander, so that'll be fun to watch at that juncture. We do have skis in for Froyotech right now. Let me see who left the server. Looks like Zilly has left the server for Skis coming in. Yeah, so we'll have to see if Skis sticks around and plays it out. Not sure what he'll play, as they do have Nursey in, so he'd be off classing, but probably wouldn't matter that much in the long run. And yeah, so we are still waiting for the teams to ready up, making my job a bit harder at the moment. Yeah. I could talk about medics, Nursey versus XBS, what to seeing Nursey just the best medic in the game. We'll see if XBS can really play the map right and make sure that he keeps his Uber building correctly so they can contest point in time. I'm really interested to see AD's combo synergy, how it comes across on Cascade, because this is a very combo-centric mid, where if you're heavy and Demo Man can get pressure, you can take the map. And Ronnie J and Arts of Spain are probably one of the most, or one of the longest-standing heavy demo combos in TF2 right now. They've played together for a long time, so I do know they do enjoy Cascade. So yeah, we'll have to see how they're able to pressure on the point. Pre-game hovers don't really mean too much, but I do see Ash hovering Spy, so that'd be funny. And as I say that, he swapped the Scout, so yeah, unfortunate on that one. Bad call, but yeah, still just waiting. How was your guys' day? Hope you guys had a good day. Looking to have some fun solo casting on this Tuesday night. Tuesday, not a traditional TF2 day, unless you're a old Sixes player, but either way, apparently Habib is needing to restart his router, so he will be in soon as well. Yeah, we've been sitting here for 14 for a while. This is not going well for me. Either way, happy out to be here casting some TF2. I know my voice isn't the most enticing to listen to for a while, like our friend Vox days, but hope I can get some emotion across more than usual at this point. Oh, there's the ready up. I've been saved. I can talk about something else now. So yeah, it looks like we will have standard rollouts. Yosh is rolling out on Sniper. Skis is playing that heavy. Ronnie J mirroring the heavy. It looks like Ash is rolling out on that Spy, so that was not a bad call. River's mirroring with a Pyro, so that will be the one class difference. Spy for Pyro. We'll have to see if that changes anything. Ash and Garbuglio have rolled out to the top right caves as well as the opposing soldier. So they're going to exchange spam as AD just keen to walk across this point super aggressively. Arts is getting a bunch of spam. Garbuglio bombing in to try to deny that. One rock onto XBS is not enough as they do take him down. 2 trade kills have gone over for Froyo, and it looks like AD's forced to back off a bit, but their sniper gets a pick off onto Sandblast. And a nice pipe onto Nursey from Arts of Spain will take her down. Ash killing Willy though on the back end. But regardless, heals should be able to help them take this, but Skis and Bandy walking across this point, that heavy demo duo is so threatening as Yosh does get a closing snipe onto River, and Froyo will take this midpoint, albeit they did kill off XBS, so they will have a small Uber advantage, but that first point cap is definitely crucial as Dur gets sniped on the back end by Yosh as the teams look to reset here, neither having significant Uber charge. So Yosh is playing on that back rock on the point, so that's a very interesting sniper angle into the back left, especially if he doesn't have to watch for the enemy sniper. XBS does manage to cross over as spam from Pablo came up. As AD looks to walk forward across this left side, Ash for Arts trade is going to favor Froyo. No Demo Man means it's very hard to pressure this point. Soldier pressuring from this upper caves trying to hit Nursey. River with a nice reflect on the Garbuglio, and then he managed to flare gun Nursey out with that damage while Willy gets a snipe onto Sandblast. That would be a clean point take, with River really leading the charge with 2 crucial frags on that one, so great play by him as this point will get capped back. And XBS has lived, Nursey has died, so this will be a very hefty Uber advantage for AD. They're looking to start kind of a forward hold with that sniper aggressive on that point, as I said earlier. He can lock down so many of these sight lines. As we'll have to see if Froyotech wants to come in and aggress. Ash is behind on that Spy right now, so we'll have to see if he gets in for a pick. Garbuglio in the caves will get spammed out very low as Pablo gets picked off by Yosh for the opening frag. Sandblast using that scout pressure to walk across point, forcing Arts back. Here's the underneath flank play by Ronnie J and Dur. He will pick off Skis, and Willy gets a snipe on the Garbuglio after getting traded by Ash later. As the Uber does come out on point, It does push Froyo back as AD's forced to retreat out across the point. They didn't really get too much off that as they're now down numbers and charge. River trying to just deny point, he will get picked off, you know, just getting his medic out alive, but they will lose the point. Regardless, that's a minute off the clock for them, and it's pretty good. Froyo does need to cap this up though. Ronnie J did the underneath flank and did kill off Nursey, so that is that heavy submarine play coming out. AD looking to have a hefty Uber ad coming in here to repush this with. Yosh gets a SVS onto Willy, won't matter too much in the current game because they're just waiting for Uber. Ash is cloaked behind, looking to go for this pick, but AD is walking forward with their pressure right now, the heals. Froyo does respect it, and they do back off the point, so AD will cap off here. We'll have to see if they go for a play, and Yosh does snipe off XPS on the back end of that, so AD doesn't get this cap either. So Garbulo flanks from underneath, they will clean up the remaining players here. You know, Ash on that spy will walk at them, and they do manage to hold this point for Froyotech, so you know they're going to keep the point, they're going to keep Uber advantage at this juncture, and AD disaster for them really, as you know as Froyo setting up this point. Arts all alone will get stabbed out by Ash. Bomb coming in from the soldier here, doesn't get anything, will get sticky off that rock, dirt gets taken down. So AD kind of in a small panic mode right now, you know, it's not that bad yet, but they do need to get this Uber out from Nursey. She's 25% away, and tunnel pressure looks like to be the way to do it. Garbulo jumps up and gets denied by Ronnie J. So it looks like they're trying to forward pressure with Ronnie in the tunnel and Arts and Pablo on the point, trying to edge here. They will get the edge off, and they will cap it here in a second. One tick again. They're not getting this cap yet. Garbulo will get killed in the AD backline, so that's a one numbers advantage. Ronnie J does spot Ash in this tunnel, will get a kill. So that's two-man advantage for AD, but they have to cap this point. They need to walk forward. They're a minute behind. They're scared of the Nursey Uber, so they're looking to just get their own Uber, but Pablo aggressive on the point will go down. The Uber does get forced out by Dur from the submarine flank, and AD looking to kite this out. They do have Uber right now, but they should try to hold it here. This point is basically free. I don't like this Uber. They were going to get the point for free, and now they have to hold without Uber. Skis gets taken on the back end, you know, trapped out underneath. Willy gets a snipe onto Yosh. So they do cap this out, but here comes the re-aggression from Froyotech. They have a player in tunnel and the spy behind, and Sandblast walks onto the point, just 2 shots XPS. If only he had Uber there, but you know, Froyo gets that sniper pick with Ash on the spy, and they get pressure onto point. So they're going to look to walk back in here with Nursey's heal advantage. We'll have to see if what AD tries to do, because 30 seconds left, the time is not on their side. They're not going to get an Uber in time, you know, for one more fight. Early pick from Yoshan to Art, so no sticky traps to check for. Early bomb in from Dur here, trying to get Nursey's Uber out, will not be able to kill her. So Nursey will come up on Uber here for the last defense, but they haven't capped yet. Ronnie J being a nuisance with that submarine heavy will get taken out, and now they walk onto point with him taken care of. So we have to see what the move here for AD is, because they're not going to have Uber. They're a full Uber to Sad, and there's 30 seconds left for Froyo in comparison to a minute for them. They need to really get a force out on Nursey pronto, otherwise this point's going to be so hard to contest. Willy going down will not help that. No sniper to really deny that angle. Yosh looking across, he's looking for that pick, and he does find it onto River. So that's so much pressure now that Froyo can output without the spam getting reflected from the tunnel and the demo man. They will get collapsed on here. Dur caught out in the submarine area. Ronnie J's alone in the tunnel. Ash will be on him very shortly. So XPS going down will not help your case. There's the stab. There's the counter snipes out from Willy, but you know that Uber on point will deny any cap from AD, and Froyo do take the first round. It wasn't domineering though. It was fairly close. A couple of mistakes with XPS's positioning, and also the post fights from AD caused them to lose that, but they're definitely able to contest this round as Ash is rolling out on that spy once again. He's been getting a lot of good picks at good times, even if he's not scoring that high, but you know, he's doing work. This time the soldiers have bombed, this Dur has bombed into the opposing cave, and he will use that to bomb Skis, take him down. So AD does get it super aggressive on this mid, and they're able to find the picks this time when their soldier went aggressive. Snipe onto Ronnie J, counter snipe onto Garbuglio, so that's a trade out. Yosh does manage to kill Pablo in his own backline as he's on the soldier. He does get Dur too, so Yosh 1v2ing on that backline, but AD does cap the midpoint. Their aggression definitely paying off for them here. Nursey was not building during that because the players lost, so they will have about a 20% advantage. So now we have to see if they're able to hold this with their flank members down, or they're able to pressure it. Ash does go down early from Ronnie J's heavy play, so that one's a bit interesting. Bombing from Garbuglio does force Willy off the high ground. Now with the sniper gone, Froyo is walking onto point, try to get that out, and AD lets them cap before they try to contest with Uber. That's a mistake, but it's not that bad at this point. They haven't lost any players. As Skis does go down early. Bomb in from Dur will take down Nursey, so fantastic play by him. As AD do recapture the point, not too much time lost. Good play for them coming out on this mid-fight in the retake. Sandblast will get taken out by this submarine heavy once again. Such a nuisance. You really do have to coordinate around it if you want to, manage to take him down and get through. Ash on that spy will get caught out in the underneath passage. So Furyo is on a reset here. They're down 2 players, are at a 40% disad, and they do need to get aggressive here on this point to try to either get a medic pick or get some edging down. Issue here is Willie is on the bats, uncontested at the moment. So he will be able to snipe. He moves down to the bottom right side to watch them at the left. Yosh now able to contest him. They're looking for that SVS as he will get piped off. Both teams looking to kind of pressure point here, but Froyo does walk on first with Garbuglio in that tunnel. Ash gets caught out. He will get killed out here. As Froyo do look to just recontest here. Banny on the Devilman pushing forward as the scout cap is coming out from Sandblast. Here's the Uber from AD looking to push across the point with Pablo. Great shot by him to take out Banny. Skis is caught out in this underneath area. Submarine Heavy will get sunk as AD do manage to retain the possession of the point, but Nursey still has Uber charge, or Uber advantage rather. She stayed alive, so they will have Uber coming up here soon. AD with a minute and a half advantage right now, looking very good in this round. Oh no! Ash just got jumped on by Dur by complete accident. He does get picked off, but Pablo will get traded back by the enemy soldier. So even numbers. Yosh in that back right corner gets the snipe across the point to Dur. 2-man advantage with Uber. So Froyo are looking to get aggressive here as much as they can. Snipe on Yosh should solidify the point take as AD just looking to keep their medic alive. They will have Uber in 25% here, so it will be about an even exchange coming out. River gets bombed out by Garbuglio. He jumps into that house, but Froyo does retake the point, and they have a long time bank awaiting them. Garbuglio in the house, unseen, takes out XPS. That's so unfortunate for them. They were coming up on Uber, and now AD has to do something about this. They gotta try to get this force. Garbuglio gets taken down on the back end of that bomb, so he does get traded. Sandblast over aggressive in main, really, and he gets killed. So that's 2 classes that are dead for Froyo. This sack, the pressure might be easier now with no scout to deny your demo. Speaking of demo, Pablo gets piped out by Banny on the point. That aggression doesn't work. Ash has switched over to Pyro from Spy. He found it wasn't doing too much. Gets taken down in the underground by River. They do get this Uber out on the flank from River and Dur. So Froyo looking to get pressure with this as they do leave Skis on the point to solo contest. They're looking to get heals and come back. Skis very low, but Art's aggressive on point gets taken out by Sandblast, traded back by Willie on the sniper. So now Skis and Sandblast walking across point, spam from Garbuglio will clean up, and Froyo managed to retain the point here. Ronnie J is back, but it's just him, XPS, Pablo. Dur rocket jumps in, so they will try to pressure point with all this. Garbuglio bombing in the back, he's so low, he will not be able to take out XPS here. And aside from Yosh on that center bats, this point is pretty uncontested at the moment. Ash really too low to do anything. He will get bombed out. Ooh, yeah, there's the bomb out from Dur. And recap here for AD coming in. Small Uber advantage, likely Froyo will just wait for theirs. And 30-second advantage right here for AD in this round. Dur taken out on that back end, so 1-man advantage. It won't be too threatening at the moment, but Froyo waiting for this Uber, they will be able to repush the point here. Garbuglio getting in the tunnel, looking to spam out. Does hit XPS for a lot of damage. He's gonna have to back up and get some heals, get some pack. Either way, Banny does walk across the point aggressively. Sandblast does not see the sniper, will get taken out. Here's the Uber contest to stop Banny's pressure. Nurses is traded back. They do have a better Uber here, Froyo, so they're getting aggressive on this point. Skis is in from underneath, will get seen out and killed out by Pablo and Dur. So Submarine Heavy not working out for them. Mini Sentry, Ash has swapped onto Engineer now instead of Pyro, and that does take out Pablo. Gets taken out by Arts in the counter. Yosh is sitting in main, and he will get the snipe onto Willie. So this will get into overtime, and AD did keep their medic alive, so great pressuring from them and stalling. So they need 1 push to win. They are in overtime, so XPS does manage to keep his Uber. They'll have to make sure that Garbuglio doesn't kill XPS before that's able to come out again. And right now they're just looking for the proper Uber push. Aggressive on point here, taking out that mini early. Yosh is on the side here, will get pressured out. Dur on the back end fighting Ash, will kill that engineer, so no minis to worry about for Pablo. Looks like Froyo playing in that underneath area. Now they walk forward, now they have to contest, but Skis focus down, just so quickly by Ronnie and Arts. Speaking of Ronnie, sniped out by Yosh in that back end, and Pablo gets taken out by Banny. Here's the Uber out from AD, but they've lost 2 really powerful point contest classes. It's really just Pyro Demoman here, but the Uber does get, it does get enough pressure that they're able to walk forward. Froyo aren't able to coordinate a counterattack properly enough, and AD does take a counter round on them, so tied up 1-1 here. Very good play coming out from AD in that round to really, keep the tempo in their favor. Only one real mistake that round, XBS dying to Garbulia at one time, but very clean round for them in all honesty. Ash has rolled out to this point on the engineer, looking to just deny Pablo from that point edging. As he does get cratered by Banny on the sticky bomb. Skis traded back from that, flank heavy. Ronnie J the winner of that confrontation. So 6v6 right here as Garbulia has to jump back for help. AD not as aggressive on this mid as they normally are, but now they're looking to walk forward. Big mistake as Yosh is uncontested right now. Does snipe off River. Garbulia bombing from the tunnel on XPS will 2-rocket him and take him down. Ronnie J gets a cleanup kill on, 2 cleanup kills onto them, but Froyo will have the point cleanly in their control after that. Yosh getting a cleanup onto Pablo. Ronnie J sure to go down here as he's just, he's about to sink in that underneath area. Taken out, so early XPS going down there means they're at a full Uber disad. They're gonna have to see if they can do dry pressure here to get the edging and get Froyo to force that Uber. But they're sitting looking pretty good. What did that force out to? Did she get piped by Arts over the point? Yeah, Arts does manage to force out that Uber really by himself. Oh, Dur Bomb. Alright. I didn't see the Dur Bomb, but great force out by them. They do make that play. Sandblast in the backline trying to get a counter medic, damp pressure, but does get killed out. Garbulio gets out safely, but now AD with Uber advantage and a quick numbers advantage will look to pressure this point from their own left side here. Mini sentry taken out early. Yosh gets that snipe onto Pablo, so it's so hard for Pablo to walk across this point with the mini and the sniper to worry about. Mini does get taken out again as AD looking to pressure this point. Ronnie J gets an arrow open tunnel. Will drop down onto the Froyo combo here. Does get taken out cleanly by Sandblast, so he doesn't accomplish that much as AD, their point cap has been halted as they're looking to get back on here, but the mini sentry is back up. Arts will get that down with 3 pipes, but the Sandblast walking forward that pressure towards them. Willie wins the counter snipe onto Yosh, so with that, Froyo should look to just seed this, and they do. And recap onto them. Willie, great snipe onto Nursey, but the force does come out from the Froyo sack play. And the Ubers will be even because of that. Nursey spawning right now. So definitely a good trade play from Froyo after their medic got sniped out. Either way, they are sitting here with a 1-minute advantage in this round. Even Ubers really, I think XPS has 15 to 20% ad. It won't be that crucial. So Froyo just looking to get pressure here, while AD does have a good defense setup. They got Ronnie in the tunnel. Will get spammed a bit by Garbuglia, but Willie is getting pressure by Sandblast on the left side here. We'll have to back up. Froyo looking to get aggressive on this left side, but Ronnie J buying a lot of distraction. He does force people back as he gets forced back himself. Sandblast on the right side will try to kill him off, and they do with Ash's pressure as well. Bombing from Garbuglia is very low. Ooh, 2 rockets was not enough as he didn't get enough damage on that second one. XPS will live with 90% ad. Nursey got taken out on the back end of that, so this ad is a full Uber advantage coming in for AD looking to retake this point. The time is very close, 15 seconds differentiate the teams as AD looks to walk forward to this. Froyo's offering kind of minimal resistance. They're playing passively, just mini and spam defense, but the submarine play is coming out here with Skis and Sandblast. They're looking to pick off XPS here, but it is spotted out by River, so they will get killed off. Oh, but the Uber gets forced. Skis is not focused down quick enough, and he does get that force off, so great play by him. Sandblast will die to a roller on the back end, but that force is exactly what Froyo needed. So once they...
Really? Howdy. Can you hear me all right? Hey,
hello, Sigafu.
My internet's not really back up, but kind of, but I'm enough to be here to watch the game, so hopefully I can join in here. Currently, you can catch me up maybe with our viewers as well. That is currently tied 1-1 here on Cascade as AD is currently in control of the point, trying to catch back up this round.
Yeah, definitely. So the first round, it was pretty close. Froyo did manage to take off with a minute left for AD. Second round, AD really controlled the pace very well. And they did take that, pretty cleanly, honestly. Only one major mistake in the round. So it is tied 1-1 here as Willie wins SPS into Yosh, but they do lose too many players. Sandblast coming in to clean him up, and Froyo will retake this point. Time is, again, about even. XPS did manage to stay alive, though. That is crucial. They'll have a 50% Uber ad coming in on to Froyo. Here is looking to pressure immediately with Bauman from Dur. Garbulio tries to just get pressure on him, but he needs help. His team is kind of baiting him here, and he does go down. So, not the best start as Yoshi is on this left, or their own right side here looking to just deny entries. Pablo all alone will get piped out, and there's that sniper pick coming across. Does get traded back, but losing your demo man is such a big blow, and they will have to back off here. They're kind of wasting this blue grad as we speak. Ronnie J will get chased down.
Yeah,
as
hopefully
River
they're
does not.
hopefully they were able to get themselves straightened out here. Looks like the sniper is looking to take a peek, but Banny spots that, tosses out I think that's a Rap Assassin, trying to slow him down. As looks like Froyotech is just holding everybody on top of the point, but here comes out the Ubercharge. Easily is going to take down the soldier early on here, using the scout to chase forward, as well as the soldier trying to get some damage down. But really, Froyotech did a great job kiting out that Ubercharge, as the sniper actually has a sight line onto the point. As Yoshi, does take down River, but will he be able to get anything else? Nurse trying to get back out on their head, 2 stickies underneath of our feet, but really didn't get too much. But on the backside, they lost a couple with the help of the scout of Pablo behind. But here comes in the heavy from the drop down, unsupported. Actually, the scout Pablo went in at the same time, but Froyotech will control the point, and looks like this overtime. Are they going to be able to hold on to it? I think they will.
Yeah, just Willie and River here. They will get cleaned off. River does get a consolation kill into Sandblast, but that will be Froyo's round coming in here. AD did not do as good of a job this round as they did last round with controlling, their Uber and their push timings. They did lose players during crucial times. Pablo getting piped down a point, Dur getting kind of baited, and then sniper picks coming true. But either way, that is the halftime. We're coming in here 2-1 Froyo lead. Definitely a lot closer of a game than most were expecting. So that is definitely very good.
Yeah, I mean, definitely they got to feel pretty good about it here, as currently looks like, so Sandblast doing a good job. Yosh, unsurprisingly, top fragging inside of the game, as he's been doing really exceptional for the team. And then on Soldier, having Garbuglio rounded out, but right behind them, AD, I mean, is right up there with a lot of their classes. I mean, they just don't really seem to have anybody to deal with Yosh right now. And I mean, I'd be kind of curious, maybe if they, I don't know, like, I guess they're lower, their flex classes are pyro and heavy, but I guess the real question is how do you deal with Yosh? Because, 464, 26 kills, 5, and that's the biggest thing, is Yosh is currently 5-0 KAD. That's crazy. 5-0 on a sniper. Only 6 deaths that entire round. You need to kill Yosh, it feels like.
Yeah, Willie just not able to find the consistent counter snipes. He is getting him occasionally. I'm pretty sure that's the majority of Yosh's deaths are the SVS, but definitely a change might be in order to try to get that done, but maybe not at the same time, because AD's class composition really is allowing them to get so much point pressure. Ronnie J, not the best KDA, but he does buy his team so much space when he goes for that submarine play. He just knows how to do it better than Skis at the moment. Skis struggling a bit with that one, as he does sarcastically types in Putas tips in the chat, but definitely strong play coming from both sides. I do want to point out that AD has 3 more Uber charges than Furyo. And it's not often you see that happen to a team with Nursey on it. So, they are doing something right with their combo play, and I do want to praise them for that. But, as we will get this round started. Go ahead.
Well, I was going to say, I mean, it seems like the big thing, too, also is Froyotech currently seeing 15,000 more damage and about 15 more frags. But really, most of those frags can be, I guess, between Sandblast and as well as Yosh is really, I think, where that's coming in. But as we come into this first mid-fight, we can see the Soldier going down lower. He's going to take control of that area as the heavy and the drop down. He's going to drop down, takes down Skis right there, and going forward as Ronnie actually takes down Sandblast as well. Arts is going to pick up one more. And it's a 4v4 fight, but it feels like AD's in a little bit of the better side of this.
Yeah, they gotta watch out for Banny here. Will pop Arts' Fan up into the skybox and take him down with Garbuglio's help. Banny's so low there, as Froyo's heals did go down early, but they do manage to take the point back with a good re-engage. Garbuglio gets taken out by Willie, so AD will have a bit of a spacewalk forward, but that mini-sentry will start denying that space just as quickly. Engineer sniped out, so the mini-sentry will say goodbye, but all that pressure bot is enough for Froyo to take this point back, as they will look to control point here, but XBS with a uber advantage from not going down earlier, they do look to walk across the point with it here.
Yeah, great job out of Ronnie pushing up on that cliff side or the little tunnel area, and that's going to force Froyotech back. He picked up an early frag there on the heavy on point, and it seems like his kind of flank heavy is really working out well for them as they take down this point. Froyotech only taking 18 seconds off of that midpoint capture, and currently AD also has the Uber advantage, which I'm not sure if they know or not. But Nursey playing so far back, they really can't use this in any sort of advantageous way.
Yeah, they're just going to sit on it here as Froyo look to come in with their Uber in just a second. Like I said earlier, AD's combo play is so strong. They are able to get aggressive off each other's positioning, and they do manage to get the advantage in this round. Yosh getting Pablo for, I think, what is the 3rd time this round, so, Pablo may need to start respecting those sight lines a bit more. As Froyo are looking to walk across point and force this Uber, River gets dropped. but Ronnie J does trade for skis again. Here's the Uber Force out from Garbuglio on the back end.
And it's doing a good job. I mean, they're getting at least one frag there, taking down Banny. Garbuglio does take down Willie on the back. And actually, Garbuglio is way down low. He's going to ultimately be traded out. Banny's chasing for the frag, but he's probably going to find his life ended. No, he's going to be able to get back out to the middle point, but Froyotech will find that middle point captured in their favor. But here we go, the Soldier already jumping back in. I thought he's going to be a lone man on an island, but he's actually being really supported by his team, taking out Banny here early on. Or sorry, that's Sandblast, being confused with the classes.
Yeah, Banny demo, man.
Yeah, and so it's going to be, we'll see what they can do here. Is the Soldier in that upper right-hand side, Heavy doing a good job pushing on that point. And it's kind of some trading of damage back and forth right now, but it looks like it's going in the favor of AD as they are getting control of that top side. Froyotech opting to kind of go down a little bit below, but with Banny back out at the front lines, looks like Froyotech is not going to give this up.
Yeah, Yosh just such a presence on that point. He takes out Ronnie J and moves forward, so it's so hard for XBS to be confident in walking forward here. 2 cleanup kills come through onto Dur and Pablo, as Willie does, get a consolation soldier pick, but they will back out here. They did have a small Uber advantage, but that's going to be squandered a bit here by those picks from Froyo, so they will look to walk forward now as they get players up, and Nursey does have encounter. So they're going to need to force this Uber out and then get a really good post-fight positioning, which they have been able to do as it does come out here.
Nursey eating half damage there before popping that Uber charge, but it's going to be about 30% better here for the red side. Arts is surely going to get traded out here, as it looks like Pablo's going to try to get Sandblast. He will be able to secure that frag as the Engineer trying to make a play from underneath. The Heavy's going to go down in the lower area. The Engineer is going to try to escape with life, but it will get taken out. Only 3 players left alive on either side as Ronnie
J and Pablo
pops down. Nursey gets it. Banny going against Pablo, but Banny's going to be able to land that pipe. Now it's just Ronnie here, and he has just a sliver of health. Easily gets traded out there. And now with Banny, it's just Banny and Yosh trying to use that SMG to try to pop it up. Actually, Yosh! Oh my god. 1 HP, and the Soldier is actually the one that's going to get taken down.
Watch out, Arts.
Might come down with this point, maybe, but it's going to be hard with Arts going down there.
They do manage to quick cap it out here, but it will likely get traded back. Willie with a nice snipe on the Sandblast will buy them some time. As Ski's walking from this point, Ronnie J not there. Garbuglio will bomb it for the sniper pick. Does manage to get Pablo as for a trade. Ronnie J is back and will get quickly collapsed on. Great pick onto Ash. He's getting enough shots off. As Ronnie J getting tanked here by arrows. Will get pressure off on the point. Does kill Banny. And big work coming down as he does get killed by Yosh. Yosh so threatening on this point. Solo capping right now. Flanking behind from Dirk kills Nursey. So AD looking to retain presence on this point here.
Yeah, and that's pretty good for them as they are currently down by about 30 seconds. So they shouldn't have to be forced to give this up. Pablo chasing Sandblast all the way back to his side, rightly backing back up the ocean. That high sight line, and he gets the body shot onto XBS. That rotation catching AD off guard, and that's going to give the point back to Froyotech here, as well as the Uber advantage. Here comes in the Soldier Bomb onto Nursey. Delman going in as well. Arts, though, not able to land it as Nursey surfed a rocket away, and that kind of Arts jumped into where Nursey was, not where Nursey got blasted to, and that's a little bit unfortunate, as I think if they coordinate that a little bit better, I think they would have came down with that pick. But Froyotech now in the lead, 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, Nursey living there, definitely testament to her skill, as when you play without a pyro, as Froyo does, those bombs are even more threatening. As for AD looks to get aggressive on this point. Snipe from Willie onto Sandblast will get them going. River tries to go in for a trade kill, but Garbuglio does manage to get in the back and will crater off XBS. So recap comes through for AD, but at what cost?
And we'll see how long they are able to hold on to this. They do have the Soldier behind. That's going to cause a little bit of havoc. As long as he can keep his life, he's going to drop down. I don't know why he dropped down here. I don't know what he's going for. He's going for a miracle play, but he just gets easily cleaned up there. And now they're just going to push on to the point now that they have that taken out behind him, down for 15 seconds. But if you keep yourself alive, that forces anything to have to deal with you. But the Uber charge is going to come out for Froyotech. Nursey gets, that's Banny getting popped up way up into the air as Skis in the back line gets taken down there. Wiley trying to find something.
Sandblast is on him.
Oh yeah, he's going to be able to take him out. Pablo does win the 1v1. Pablo been doing a good job, I feel like, in those 1v1s against Sandblast.
Yeah, the issue is here, 7 seconds left for AD desperate to get on this point. They have a one-man numbers advantage, so they will have that, but Skis on this point denying so much space. Froyo snipe, or Yosh snipe onto XBS will kind of close out that round. As the time was definitely close, but AD just unable to manage their time properly, and they do lose that round. Froyo up 3-1 here. Next round is match point for Froyo.
Yeah, I'm looking at the logs from that last round here. As he gets into his next mid-fight, Banny actually was a top fragger for his team. Willie actually did a good job. as Yosh is going to get a nice headshot onto Arts there as they take control of lower areas. Dur try to go down there, and with a 2-player advantage, I'm sure Froyotech is there. They're just pushing forward right now. They're sensing blood in the water. They want to get the heavy, but they're actually not able to secure it. They wanted to get the medic behind him as well, but they're able to hold on. The respawn's coming up here, but here comes in Ronnie. Soldier bombing out to the medic, gets 2 rockets, but not able to secure. Yes, he does get the 3rd rocket, and Banny is going to clean up Ronnie as well. And so not only are they going to get control of this point, but they're also going to have about a 90% Uber advantage.
Yeah, losing your demo man that early is a death sentence on Cascade. He gets popped up and sniped out. Speaking of, Yosh gets another snipe onto Willie, so dominance from him coming in here. Willie did pop off a bit last round, but Yosh walking into that enemy house, a bit of a cheeky play on his part, but they do retain point possession and full Ubrad, so it's not the worst for Froyo. Mini Sentry here will get traded out, but AD right now, they need to force this Uber out from Nursey if they want to have a chance to bring this match back.
Yeah, they need to do something, but they're kind of playing everybody behind the rock. That little mini sentry being just a little bit of a nuisance, and Sandblad kind of poking away. Nursey eats a long-range rocket going down to about 120, not too bad, but no one else is really there to do anything. But here we go. They're trying to force Froyotech to have to fight the point, trying to force them to have to use the Uber to defend the point if they want to try to cap it. But right now, look at this. Just a lot of forward presence coming out of AD. They do take down Nursey. Nursey actually did go down to Dur. That's a drop right there. And I don't even know. I guess Nursey just wasn't expecting it. I'm not sure what happened there. But an unusual drop for her, as also River going to get taken down. And what looked so good for AD, now the medic's running away. He has nobody nearby him.
How did he drop everybody?
I don't know. I don't know. I was just like, okay, and then one more person bite the dust, another one bite the dust. And
yeah, River tried to flog on the point and got denied by Sandblast. Yosh got 2 key snipes on good players that to Uber, and XPS left with no one. That Uber does accomplish nothing at that point. So AD, they're 1 foot in the gravestone here, as they're a minute and a half down, no Uber, and they do not have point. Ronnie J in that tunnel can get whatever he can. Pablo on this point trying to edge as much as he can. Dur gets taken out from that underneath area by Sandblast. That will not help your case.
And so we'll see what's going to be happening here. It's going to be Banny running forward with his. That is a Vaxie coming out here. But actually, I think that's going to be an advantage for AD, since they are running 3 different types of damage dealing. We've seen how ineffective Vax can be with a well-coordinated team inside of 6s. So we'll see what's going to be happening here as Froyotech can maintain control of the point. Currently 90% coming up here for AD, but what are they going to be able to do with it? A 7v7 fight right now. Is there going to be any openings for Apolodosh?
Entry snipe onto Dur says no, as this Uber will come out on point. It's a solo onto Pablo as River comes in with a flog. Yeah, that's the 3rd damage type coming in there, so that flog crit. River's so good at building that up, he does get it off, and kill onto Nursey is very crucial there. And AD will retake this point. They've shown a bit of life, but Ash in the back line, 2 shots, XBS in the back.
A man after my own heart, a 2-shot meat shot medic pick. What else can you really ask for? Sandblast should be able to take down the soldier. Actually, no, Dur's going to be able to win that close quarter 1v1, though. He's going to go down to the mini sentry in the lower area trying to grab that med pack. Froyotech easily going to be able to recapture this point. And yeah, this is just looking not great for Apolodosh. I mean, I really am kind of wondering, Zeg, what do they need to adjust here in the final moments to even have a chance?
Honestly, I feel like their playstyle is very effective, because Ronnie J would normally be watching that underneath area to prevent that engineer pick to happen. It's just playing a bit out of sorts. They may be a bit, losing their confidence at this point. I do think if they play their style cleanly, they do have a chance.
Yeah, I kind of am curious right now. In the first round, River actually had the 2nd most heals on his team, but I don't know if that's the worthwhile person you want to be healing. But great push coming out from AD. They do come down with this point right now, but they are at about a 40% Uber dis ad. So we'll see if they can hold on to this. Arts goes down, Dur goes down. Both explosive classes being taken out. Here comes in Banny, jumping over the top.
Ooh, good bomb.
Easily takes down the medic there. Ronnie's going to die, and as well as the sniper. And the Pyro, River? Yeah, he's going to get taken down as well. But, I mean, I'm looking at the heal line stats from last round as Froyotech takes his 10 seconds left on the clock. I just am kind of wondering if they needed to change up their pocket healing, who they're focusing with those heals, but 8 seconds left in the clock. I can't see how AD is even going to be able to get time on this point.
Yeah, Arts with the bomb in will not find anything, and this will be the clean, well, semi-clean, 4-1 for Froyo.
Yeah, not too bad there. And let's take a look at these second half logs.
So I don't think the heals were the issue, just because that's the style they play. Ronnie J plays, more of a flank-esque heavy, so that's more heals for Arts and River, and Arts was getting sniped out a lot. If anything, the issue was they kept disrespecting Yosh's sightline, as Yosh will, top score that round again. I'll check the log, see if he top fragged as well. Wouldn't be
He did. He
surprised.
did. Yeah, he top fragged. He didn't top frag in the last round, but he definitely stepped it up in that second round. I'm kind of curious. He had 9 frags in the second round, and he had how many in the first round? I believe he only had, so he had 6, right? So I guess he about even across the point, but still top fragging in that second round with 9 tied with Sandblast. Both of them doing work. Yeah, it just seems like Willie just was not able to kind of step up and do something. Willie only had 3 frags in that second round to be compared.
Yeah, and once again, I do think their style did match it very well to Froyo. We saw constant close rounds, and they even did take a round off them in a fairly clean manner. It's just they kept disrespecting Yosha's sideline, and if Arts get sniped, Arts and Pablo get sniped, then those heals are forced to go onto River, right? And heals on Pyro is not that effective, especially on Cascade, where Demo Man is king. So I do think if they took care of the sniper a bit better, or just knew his sightline and didn't disrespect it as much, they had more of a chance. That said, it definitely was a lot closer than I expected coming in from them, so that's honestly impressive. Who knows, if they are able to identify Yosh as a threat and play around it properly, we might be still playing the game.
Yeah, it really feels that way. It's one of these things that I feel like teams are just going to have to get used to playing against Yosh or figure out a lineup. Or I mean, one of those things too is like you just run double pick classes to help take more out of their enemy sniper, because they can't do anything against that, right? If you're running double pick class, they don't have Razorback, and especially in Cascade, it felt like Yosh a lot of time was playing away from his combo. Maybe they would have been able to get a little bit more with that. River, I was mentioning him. He had 3 frags in that entire second half. Dur also not doing too great.
2 were on the flog as well. 2 of the flog crits.
Yeah, at the very, very tail end there. So I mean, it's like one of these things where it's like I'm honestly not a big fan of Pyro on Koth. I just don't think in Prolander it's an optimal pick. I think maybe if your medic's getting bombed a lot, but like a good heavy, if you play pocket scout, pocket heavy, you should be able to take care of that, and then you can run the double pick. There's actually the game we were casting earlier, which was the SDCK versus Faint Gaming EU Grand Finals, and we saw the difference of one team which ran a pocket heavy or a pocket scout, and then they ran a spy versus a pocket heavy and a pyro against the other team. It's like the team, Faint Gaming, they're running the pyro, they're running the heavy, and it just you're not able to cover ground like. On a payload map, it's not that big of a deal. In a Koth map where you need to take ground, I think you need either classes to create space for your team through picks, or you need a class which is going to be like sustaining. I don't know, it just felt like a little bit wonky out of there. And I would think that, maybe Apolodosh, as they're coming into they are at the very tail end. They're fighting. They're going to have to, next week is going to be really the determining factor right now is currently Apolodosh. I'm trying to pull up the stats right now, but I'm pretty sure they're going to be right at the tail end of playing for that 4th place spot, trying to get into the playoffs, trying to get into the money, but they really need to turn it up in the final week of Steel if they're going to even have a chance.
Yeah, I think they'll be playing my team on Steel. So, we might look into that one a bit. It is I did mention this earlier, it's a 3-way race for the last 2 playoff spots in the league right now. So that's going to be interesting to watch coming into these final weeks.
Yeah, well, Space Force also dropped out. They ultimately are dead, so
yeah,
it is. But yeah, I mean, it's definitely very interesting. It's gonna be very tight for basically between East Jabib as well as Apolodosh. They're really ones fighting it out for those 2 spots. I mean, above that, Prevail, Froyotech, Cat Noises. They've all already confirmed their playoff spots pretty much. But I'm looking forward to see when Apolodosh, because they're like a team that's been known. They're kind of together and stuff like that. But I think they're still. I think they need to rethink some of their strategies in what they're doing, and think about what classes are beneficial at what times and whatnot, and not be afraid to mix it up here. Because that's the other thing too, is like if you're losing, like they had good rounds, but if you look at the rounds they did well, and like that first round, on the first round in the second half, the reason that was even close was just because Willie was having a really good streak. I think he outfragged, he outfragged Yosh, and so he was able to kind of hold on to that. But when they didn't have the sniper stepping up, because again, the sniper was the one who was creating picks to help them out to keep the game close. As soon as they didn't have the sniper doing that, like they were kind of like not really doing much, it felt like. But again, like I didn't see all of the games, so maybe I was missing some of it, but it just kind of that's kind of like the sense I got from it. Is it just I don't know, it felt a little bit wonky. Then maybe some bad deaths at the wrong time, but either way, I mean, kudos to both games. They put up a hell of a fight against Froyotech, and best of luck to them next week, and I guess your team next week, who are really going to be battling it out for that fourth place spot.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, and I do think that AD are probably one of the strongest contenders to make a surprise run in the playoffs. The class comps they run with the Ronnie J playing less of a combo-centric heavy is definitely unique and hard to play around. Especially their team is also hard for me to play around because they run a full-time pyro and I'm a spy player. But
Right.
either way.
Well, and that's one of those things too, where it's like, yeah, it's. I guess we'll have to wait and see and find out next week, because I'm pretty sure that's going to be our casted match, so it should be a good one. But I think we can calm it down. Sorry about my internet issue. I'm having a really fun time currently. I'm watching the game on my computer. I have my laptop up, which is connected to my phone through the internet, so I can get to the Mumble because my internet's so messed up right now. I can connect to TF2. I can connect to some websites, not all websites, and I cannot connect to Mumble. So I'm using my wireless on my laptop to connect to my phone to the cell tower, so I can talk to you on Mumble on my laptop. It's a great time, let me tell you. But
it was also a great time solo casting that pregame that extended for way too long.
Yeah, that was that they went on a while. Well, they're trying to get a sub in to fit with accordance of the rules inside of Invite. So that was a Froyotech issue. But either way, thank you, Zeg, for coming out here and casting. Give some love to him, guys, in chat, for doing such a great job stepping up to the plate when I wasn't able to help him out and carrying it through it, as well as with our boy Dolph, and always doing a great job on camera work. But don't forget, tomorrow night, the grand finals for No Restriction 6 is Froyotech versus Cat Noise. Is big deal. It's going to be a great match. I'm truly looking forward to that. I really have no idea what I'm going to see tomorrow, and I love that fact. Zeg, any shout outs you want to give?
Shout out to Fallen Lord for getting worse rolls than me in Fate Go, making me feel better. And shout out to Vrikshin for using my lip. No one knows what that means. I don't have any TF2 shouts today. We didn't actually play this week.
Yeah, you guys are going to be playing later
Sunday,
in the week.
Upcoming.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us out here tonight. I am Sigafu, joined here with Zeg to my side and Dolphin behind the scenes. Thank you so much for supporting us here at RGL. Make sure to tune into the No Restriction 6's grand finals tomorrow. And with that, we'll let you go. Have a good rest.